Yes, sir. Once again, welcome fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscious people, wherever you are all over the world. I will say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. Of course, this is Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Radio Biafra London. Radio Biafra London is being anchored by the deputy leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. His name is Mazi Uche Okafor. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. Mazi Uche Okafor is the man who have assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. This is one truth that cannot be overemphasized. One day, I know we will understand the mindset behind those words. Mazi Uche Okafor, of course, is standing on a deputizing capacity on behalf of our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the king of Afari Beku, the one and the only man who stood up for almost 60 years to speak for the collective interest of the Biafran people. I'm not saying people are not standing up to speak, but each and every one of them have personal interest. Some are speaking for Abo. The other one is speaking for Urubu movement. The other one is speaking for Akwa Ibom movement, Ebake movement. Who is speaking for all of us? Only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have done that. And of course, this is one thing Nigerians don't want to happen. I can come out now and say, oh, I am about divisional restructure. Nigeria will not even look at me because they know I'm not going anywhere. You can come out now and say, oh, I'm enjoying international separation movement. They won't even talk to you because they know you are not going anywhere. If you like, answer Haneze Ndibu. They won't talk to you because they know you are not going anywhere. But when you say you speak for Biafra, maybe you begin to understand what our leader represents. Of course, he's from Afari Beku. Afari Beku is in Umuahia. Umuahia is in Abia State. And Abia State is Biafra land. He's the one and the only man that commands the loyalty of the Biafran people. The director of Radio Biafra as well as Biafran television. And by the grace of Chukwuka Kabiama, I am George Onyibe. I come from Abo. Abo is in Delta State. And every piece of land in Delta State is Biafra land. And of course, I will not proceed until I acknowledge the Creator, the one who sits in heaven and presides over the affair of man. Because without him, we are gone as a people. With the confidence assurance that we know he is with us, even unto the end, it humbles us the more. And then what exactly have we achieved without him? Anyị na-aja gị mma o maka n'eziokwu na ịmara mma ịhụnanya anyị na gị obiọma gị o juru anya dadị o inwe gị mgbanwe o ọ dịghị onye dịka gị ebo Alpha na Omega anyị niile na-asị na n'edema o. You see. And of course, this segment, like the previous one, I am not alone here. I am in the studio tonight with Biafrans, wonderful Biafrans, I must tell you. One of the best of the breed, I know. They're joining me in the studio here this evening from across the globe. And we want to make it more of an interactive section. I will open our line in the course of discussion, and then you are free to call in. Let's discuss, let's rub our minds together. Look at individual opinion regarding certain abnormal occurrence. It may look normal to some of you anyway. Certain issues that are, as they affect us as a people. And actually, I will allow them to introduce themselves having said that. And like I said earlier, on this segment, our topic is simply going to consider some pressing issue, like the previous segment. And so at this moment, I will bring them on board, and I will want them to introduce themselves one after the other. And after that, we look into the issue that is meant for discussion today. Can you hear me, comrades, on the line?
Live and clear.
Live and clear.
We can hear you.
Yes, a very quick one. Very quick one. If you know you are not talking, please mute your mic to enable us control the sound, the noise from your own end. If you know you are not talking, you help us mute your mic. But having said that, I will want each and every one of us to introduce ourselves one after the other to Biafrans across the globe who are listening to us at this moment. Please, let's help ourselves from that end. Go ahead, please.
My name is Mazi Onyemachi Peter. Mazi Onyemachi Peter is from Umuahia. Umuahia is in Abia State. Abia State is Biafra land. And good evening from here.
You're welcome to the program, Mazi. Yes, next, please.
Thank you very much.
I greet you, Biafrans. My name is Okwagu and Onyibe from Udakwaland. Live and direct from Stockholm. Good evening.
You're welcome, Mazi.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, comrades. My name is Nelson Tukora. Nelson Tukora is from Odumodi, Amazo, Ogula. Both towns I'm mentioning are from Delta and Bayelsa. I live in London. Welcome, guys.
You're welcome, my brother. Yes, the next person, please.
Good morning. My name is Armstrong Omeje, Mazi Armstrong Omeje. I am from Idu, precisely Ekbuma. Uyele in Ekbuma. Idu is in present day Edo State. I do not identify as a person from Edo State because that is not the original name of that land. I'm currently calling from New South Wales, New South Wales, Australia. I say good morning from here. Thank you.
You're welcome, my brother. Yes, the next comrade, please.
Yeah, good evening, fellow Biafrans. My name is Obi Emmanuel Chibike. I'm from Widi. Widi is under Olu province, Biafra land. I'm speaking to you from the state of Israel. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Mazi. The next person, please.
Yeah, good evening, comrade. Good evening, hardcore Biafrans all over the world. My name's Foreign OC from Omaka. Omaka is in Olu province of Biafra land. Right now, I am resident here in Warsaw, Poland, Europe. Stay with us. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I must tell you, it gladdens my heart that I have gentlemen like you on this platform tonight. More gentle than me, I should say. And then having said that, there are some questions I will actually want to ask each and every one of you. And then let's get your opinion, your mindset towards it. And of course, like I said, our line will be open any moment from now. So people can as well call in and make their own contribution. Because in as much as we want to make our opinion count, we also understand the need for other people's opinion to be respected. But whether your opinion is respected or not, one thing remains unique. Biafra must be free. And so sometimes, like as our elders we see, our ancestors we see, they will say, you don't watch masquerade from one point. You turn around and then you reevaluate the whole of the system. I think that is some of the things I want to believe. With your extensive knowledge, you can be able to throw more light into that issue to enable Biafrans across the globe have more insight on what we are talking about. And once again, I welcome you all this evening. And I will go straight to the first question, which will go to Mazi Umeji Armstrong. Mazi Umeji Armstrong, the first question go to you. And it says, how long do you think it will take for Biafra to be restored with the rate you people are going? And somebody asked this question, and I don't want to answer. And hopefully the person is listening. It say, George Onyibe, with the rate you people are going, how long do you think it will take Biafra to be restored? I believe you have I need you to respond to that question, please. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Mazi George Onyibe. This is Armstrong Omeja speaking. Funny enough, this question actually, I've heard people talking about this question before, just a random discussion. I would probably give my personal opinion just the way the program requires anyways. It's funny enough, I would say that I'll first ask the question, why would people actually want to know when Biafra will be restored? Let's ask ourselves this question. How long have we been oppressed? You know, how long have we been oppressed in that zoo called Nigeria? Why do people want a date specifically of where Biafra will be restored? I cannot tell you that Biafra will be restored by the 27th of January next year. I cannot say December next year. However, the mindset I want people to have is to understand that Biafra is already here. Biafra is already here. With what's happening in the zoo, you know that you're fully aware that Biafra is not far away at all. The people of Biafra never cease to exist. They've always been there and oppressed. So what IPOB is achieving at this very stage, the war fought in 1967, a lot of people died. However, IPOB has achieved more than war cannot achieve. The way I always tell people, I said Biafra will be restored in a very swift that you would not even understand. It's going to look like a dream. It's going to look like something that's not really. It's going to look like a delusion. You know, that's why some people are sitting back saying, this is Biafra Sefo. When you go come, or Mokuna tell us that when you come, we go join. When you come, we go join. No, we need to change out, break out of that mindset, because we have IPOB. Every day in Radio Biafra, you keep mentioning Mazi Onyibe, go and join IPOB. Go and join IPOB. IPOB is to identify yourself, is to officially identify yourself as a Biafra. It's not a club. So Biafra is already here. And IPOB is achieving a lot. We can't say everything on air. I personally don't know everything. But the way I would like to answer this question is so people understand that Biafra is already here. There is no actual date I can point out and say on this date, at this time, Biafra will be announced. No, I can't tell you that. But the way I feel myself right now, I'm a Biafran. I'm a citizen of Biafra. I identify as a Biafran. And it's a blessing to be a Biafran. So please let us join IPOB and get our official freedom. We are working towards that. Definitely, the day will come where we'll officially be free. We must ask ourselves this question. If we keep asking ourselves, no, we want to know the date, the actual specific day that the Biafra will be restored, the time will seem very long. We've been oppressed for so many centuries, and all of a sudden you want Biafra to come overnight without putting any effort. There's a lot of work that has been done. At this very stage, the places IPOB and offices IPOB can enter, the Nigerian government cannot even enter that place today as we speak. And it's very true, and they know this. Where IPOB has reached, Nigerian government can't even dream of it. But let's come back home now and ask ourselves this question again. What is happening back home in the zoo, right? With the killings and the rape, the murder. At this very stage, it's happening like it's ping ball. Can a man or a woman in the right senses believe that Nigeria will actually ever move forward? That Nigeria has a future in that very country? That's to show you that the presence of Biafra is already with us. I don't know how else to answer this question, but I want to end by saying this. Nigeria has no future. Nigeria is a block of ice. I call it the melting ice that is being melted by the sun. The rising sun is melting the ice. If you want to ask me the question, how sure are you that Biafra will be restored? I would say take the block of ice under the sun. Leave it there. If that ice doesn't melt, it means that Biafra is not going to be restored. If that ice melts, then you know that's how sure you should be. You're very sure. I'm more than 100% sure that ice will melt by the sun. The sun will melt that ice. That's how sure I am Biafra will be restored, because it's a prophecy from Elohim, our creator. It's not a man-made nation. So Nigeria is the melting ice. That rising sun melting that ice is Biafra. That rising sun will melt the ice. That is that's actually what is happening right now, but people do not understand. So how soon will Biafra come? When will Biafra be restored? Just picture this melting ice. That's what I want to say. I'm Armstrong Major. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Well spoken. I will give the privilege to two of the panelists to react to what you have said, or rather made further contribution to what you have said, so we can go to the next question. And of course, Biafrans who are listening to us across the globe, the numbers to call to make your own contribution is our WhatsApp line, which is 07081545642. 07081545642, and the direct line is 08122152971. 08122152971. And of course, I will want two of the panelists there to react if there is any. The line is open for you. Please go ahead.
Okay.
In a contribution to what my brother Major just said, I've repeatedly said it before that it's better to prepare for a war for 10 years and fight it for 2 years than to prepare for it for 2 years and fight it for 10 years. We all know that Biafra is going to be restored, but it is our determination and the effort we put to it, make it quicker or that we make it longer. Biafra is just like a prophecy. Mazi once taught us that a prophecy is just like a preparation. When a prophet tells you that you will be a successful man or that you will build a house, you should not go and start sleeping that it has been prophesied that you'll be a successful man. It's just to make you to work harder. So Biafra will come is just like to make us to work harder in order to see that Biafra will be restored. So all hands must be on deck. What I know is that we will not leave Biafra for our children to restore it. This house we started building, we build it to an end and will not leave it to our children. So Biafra must come. This is just in addition to what my brother Major just said. I'm Obi Manu Chibike.
Thank you very much. I will want one more response to that effect. Good evening, Okufari.
Yeah, good evening, Mark. Yeah, this is okay for the Wajan miscreant. Mazi, in a very brief, Biafra will be restored if all things being equal, and if we the indigenous people of Biafra will intensify more our effort, then the restoration of Biafra will become a reality in a matter of a year or two, because I don't see Nigeria surviving in the next 3 years. Simple. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and I will pick one call there, and let's hear what that person is going to say. And of course, you understand our discussion this evening. If you are calling, it's not to make contribution or ask question to effect regarding our study. I would advise do not call, just listen to us. And when you call, make sure you operate. You ask questions with what we are discussing this evening. Having said that, a little bit difficult to pick calls now, but we go to the next question. Why line are still open at this moment? And I think there is a caller on WhatsApp. Let's get him there. Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Go ahead.
My name is Mazi. Thank you. My name is Mazi Ejike. I hear from Eziago, Ohaimezi in Eziago in Enugu State, Biafra land. Mazi, first of all, I will greet gentlemen in studio. Mazi, for goes you Armstrong and the rest of two I cannot remember their name again. Mazi Jojo Onyibe, I thank you. Come to the question you asked Armstrong or Major, that many people asking when Biafra will come. Mazi Jojo Onyibe, the person that asked that question is I will call that person an evil intention to ask the question. Because first of all, you look into the situation.
I will not agree with that, because sometimes it could be my son. He will say, "Daddy, you have been doing Biafra. How long are we still going to do the Biafra?" You see, it's genuine. I hope you understand.
Yes,
people will ask you, how long will it take Jesus to come? Not all of them mean bad.
Yes.
But let's assume they are sincere now.
Mazi Jojo Ibe, please bear with me. I will prove you that from my own opinion, that person that says such a question will first of all ask himself, what have I contributed? Even if it's your son, he or herself will ask himself, what have I contributed to this my father's struggle, to ask him this question? Do you understand me? Because I could remember in the book of Bible when the apostle asked, when Yeshua asked his disciple, what do you think people called me? It's just similar to that question. What do you think people called me? Are you getting me? What he want to prove his disciple, let me come to that side, is to prove them what people is talking behind him. Are you sure this is a Messiah? Are you sure this is the true man of God they are preaching? So, to come to the question you throw, when the person say, when Biafra is coming, that shows the person want to cure the spirit of others. Because when you come to in a place where you are making emotion and making things working, and you start saying, this thing you people are doing, when do you think it will come? Do you know that if we are 50 there, you have killed the mind of 10 among that 50? Go and check it. But if you come and say, please, this thing we are doing, we are going to know the end of this thing, even if we are going to fail, we must. Because I remember a word of my father told me before the Civil War, when Ojukwu and all his men gathered together to defend our land. They asked Ojukwu, where is arms? Where is gun? Where are we going to start to defend ourselves? Ojukwu told them, we have to believe in ourselves and we are going to defeat them. Are you getting me? And it's happened. They stay for the war. Those men that prove themselves, they are going to fight and survive the war. It's all of them survived. Ask your people. Even if you have a father that is among the war, ask them. Those people that say, I'm going to fight and survive, they all win the war and come back. Even they all find themselves in the midst of the worst of battle, but they all survived. So Mazi, I come to Okefo what he said in his own question is very, very clear. Because in any way you ask yourself, how come these people will achieve it? Without Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, nobody will talk about Igbo race. I could remember one novel I read. One white man says that there will be a tribe in Africa that will be no more. I will try and research and send you the book. He just bracket it. Igbos. Igbo doesn't, let me tell people, Igbo doesn't mean people on top of the land, Mazi. It's just the white men give us this name, Igbo. Are you getting me? Because when they are coming, our people is say Biafra. Come and see means Biafra. The white man wrote Biafra. Come to Igbo. They will not ask, what language are you speaking? Are you getting me? That is where all this thing. But I thank you, Mazi Jojo Ibe. Our history is coming out more gradual. We are going to identify who are we and where are we.
Thank you.
So Mazi, I thank you so much. Your question is very clear. I'm still with you. In any question I can contribute again. Thank you.
Thank you. We must continue. And of course, we do not have much time on this segment. And I will appeal to our brothers who are calling in to make their own contribution. You just take it 1 minute, make your contribution so that we can be able to meet up with the time schedule. I will go to the second question, which will be going to Mazi Ikuku. Mazi Ikuku, this question goes to you, and it say, what do you think is the recommended strategy to reduce the indiscriminate killing in Biafra land in their community by the Fulani herdsmen? What do you think should be the recommended strategy to reduce the killing of Biafrans in their own home by Fulani herdsmen, Miati Allah, Boko Haram, Lamido, Sanusi Lamido. Of course, Nigerian police and Nigerian army are part of the terrorists that are killing us. What are the strategies you think we can use to be able to reduce this killing in Biafra land? Go ahead, please, if you can hear me.
Yes, Mazi, thank you very much. Hope I'm coming out loud and clear. I greet you, Biafrans, and I just want to say, when we think about strategizing and strategies, it's not what works. And if we want to talk about what works, let's look around us. The evidence is clear. You know, if you've ever been to an IPOB meeting, you will actually feel the energy, you know, amongst the brotherhood, the sisterhood. You'll see that word has become flesh. Word of a man has become flesh. It has taken shape and it has become flesh, and that flesh has become a body. And that body will keep on growing. And, you know, it connects with the first question you asked. You know, you can mathematically calculate when you can get your country, because the nation already exists in our hearts, just like the Jews when they were in diaspora. They still had the Israel in their hearts. So we already have the nation in our heart. But you can mathematically calculate when that country will come. And there's no other strategy, Martin. There's no other strategy that is working for 50 years. There's no other strategy that, you know, is guaranteed that what we have, this word that has become flesh in IPOB. And you can only feel it when you belong. And, you know, nowadays I get jealous with it. You know, I don't want everybody to come, you know, because you will even feel it when you're amongst the chosen. You will feel the presence of the walking dead. But at the same time, the strategy is the word, and the word has become flesh. And that is the only thing that will drive away any evil that is suppressing our mind. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Before I will take any response from other panelists, maybe I have to respond to one of our callers, and then we'll move ahead from there. Okay, since there is no caller here, I will want somebody from the panel to respond. Somebody from the panel to respond.
Yes, I would like to respond now. This is Nelson.
The killing of Biafrans by terrorists in their home within Biafra land. Go ahead.
Yes, like I said, my name is Nelson. I would like to contribute a little of my intake in reducing the killing in our communities. I sincerely believe that if all the communities we have across Biafra land are all IPOB members, I'm sure, and I'm thinking that will be the right thing to say. If all the communities in Biafra land are all IPOB members, the killings will not be the way it is right now. But because the towns and villages and communities are not all IPOB registered or IPOB stronghold, the enemies are very much in upper hand in coming to our communities to do the havoc they are creating right now. I sincerely believe that if all our communities have IPOB registered and IPOB members are everywhere, I'm sure they won't be doing what they're doing right now. That's my quick and easy contribution right now to it. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much, Mazi. Listen, I'll take another call out there. Caller on the line. Caller on the line.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening. Can you speak louder, please?
Good evening, my fellow comrades on the line. My name is Chukwu Kwaiti. I'm coming from Aba. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, lovers of freedom of thought. My God, even as much as you know, you've been asking about both security in our hometowns and villages. I'm not taking. They did it with their Omenala and Ordinala. So we must as well imbibe or equip our security aspects with our tradition and culture. Because I've seen that these Moroccan invaders from the north, from the Sahel, they are not ordinary. They are evil, very brutal. So we must back our people up with our tradition and culture, with our God. That is the only way that will be safe. That is my opinion. Thank you, God bless.
Thank you very much, and your contribution is well taken. I want to believe one of the panelists want to respond to that very question before we move ahead.
Yeah, Onyibe, good evening from here. I wish to say something in regard to number 2 question, Mazi. You hearing me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, Mazi, in regard to that, your question number 2. Mazi, the division among the Biafrans is as a result of misconception that was in by those enemies who doesn't want to see us united because half education is deadlier than none.
The question
Mazi,
is, how do we improve on the security situation to stop the foreigners, the Fulani headsmen, Miatiala, Boko Haram, Nigerian police among others, from indiscriminate killing of our people?
Yeah, Mazi, how we can do that is what we've been saying online day by day, that collectively and individually, every community, every town, every province should, number one thing they should do is to make sure they have their own local security, local vigilante. Possibly, if they can form something like a Hunters Association, Forest Guide, it will go a long way because it cannot stay aside and dictate what happens. And that is why we want every nook and cradle of Biafra every time to make sure that they have IPOB unit in their place. So by so doing, we'll gather our youth and we form a vigilante. At night, they can guide their towns both night and day because these people, they normally carry their evil activities at night. But where we have vigilantes, it doesn't mean they will carry gun, no. But if they are awake and they are like when we are going in the village, we are all involved in vigilante. At night, some people are sleeping, some people are keeping awake. We have gong. Once if you are creating awareness, everybody will wake up. So by so doing, I think we'll be able to achieve our goal. That is now the first step for me, for all of us to take, to make sure that we have IPOB, we have our community vigilante. That's number one. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will take a caller from the WhatsApp. Caller from the WhatsApp, can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir, my brother, my Jojo.
Yeah, go ahead, make your
greet you, Biafrans. I greet you. Okay, for you working in one mother. Yeah, my contribution is what we should do what they should do is having their community policing. In fact, let them defend themselves, They should not wait before these people come to their house and kill them. Self-defense is allowed. They should get 1 or 2 things that will enable them to defend themselves done. I can't stay in my house and then someone will come into my house and with a gun wanted to kill me and my family. Before you come with your gun, I will see you from far and take you down. You see, we should be prepared all the time, okay? Before we will institute our BSS, okay? This is what we will do. Defend yourself. Defend yourself. Don't allow this uncastrated human being and kill you. If they kill you, that is abomination. It's abomination. They are so dirty. That is my own contribution. May God bless you guys.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. While we are in for other questions, this is the time for people to air their opinion and advise our people at home. The question we are asking is not because we don't know the answer to it already, because we want to believe that the Bible says iron sharpeneth iron. Everybody bring up their opinion. Most of the suggestions you are going to make is known to us already before now. But then, you never know the insight you are going to give to other people who are within these communities. I will, having said that, I will go to the test question. Of course, the lines are open. Anyone you feel like addressing, when I happen to pick your call or you have the privilege, you go ahead and address it. But before then, I will go to the number 3 question, and this number 3 question will go to Mazi Chibuike. Mazi Chibuike, the question says, Biafrans are divided among themselves. As they say, Biafrans are divided among themselves. As they say, what effort is IPOB making to unite every Biafra under one umbrella?
Okay, thank you very much, Mazi. I heard your questions very loud and clear. First of all, I would like to define IPOB in my own personal definition. I can say that IPOB is the umbrella for Biafra unification and the vehicle for Biafra freedom and Biafra restoration. And the driver is Mazi Nandekano. Mazi rightly said before the opening of the program that before now we have so many associations, we have so many blocks like PANDEF, Ohaneze, National Council, and the others. And none of these people are talking about Biafra. They are talking about their own region. They are talking about their own people. But everybody is afraid. Everybody is frightened to use that name, Biafra. Whereas the Yoruba are very to answer the Hausas to Arewa, and so on and so forth. The only group that make the use of that name is able to take the struggle beyond the Igbo enclave. Thereby, they make that struggle as if it's an Igbo affair. Then, coming to the effort IPOB is making, IPOB have recorded a good and tremendous achievement in the area of debunking the Nigerian lies. Mazi, before now, Nigeria make us to believe that Nigeria has about 500 ethnic groups in Nigeria, which is a very big lie. There's a very big difference between language and ethnicity. Like when you come to a place like Bayelsa State, all of us know that it's an Ijaw state. But in there, they have a Pia language, they have Ogbia language, they have a Nembe language. But the Nigerian people, they will say, how can you divide Nigeria that has almost 1,000 ethnic groups? But it's a lie. The ethnic group I know in Nigeria is Biafra, Arewa, and Oduduwa. So they are lying to us, and Biafra IPOB is debunking all these their lies. A place like Imo State, you have like Owere language, you have Uguta. I'm from Mbidi, but Uguta is another language. But all of us are Igbo. We are from Imo State. But before now, if not because of you that taught us that Ewanke is the same thing with Abo. But Nigerian people, they tell us that Abo is a different ethnic group, and the Ewanke is another ethnic group. That is the lie that they've been telling us. And this is what
divide Delta State, Bende State. Ewanke now become foreigner, but it's a village in Abo. Go ahead, my brother.
Yes. So it's only you that IPOB through you that make this thing to come to light. But another point I would like to touch is celebration of competency. In IPOB, in a way to unify the Biafrans, we celebrate competency. When I say celebration of competency, our leader Mazi Nandekano created IPOB for Biafrans. And there is where we enthrone competency. For example, I want to give an example. You have Ohaneze Ndigbo. An Ijaw man cannot come to Imo State and become the chairman of Ohaneze Ndigbo in Imo State. And the A man from Onitsha cannot go to Bayelsa and become the maybe chairman or secretary of INC. But in IPOB, we made it possible that a man from Akwa Ibom is now the coordinator of IPOB in Abia State, showing you that wherever you are, wherever you reside in Biafra land, hence you are a Biafran, that place is, you are an indigenous of that place, which makes us to be united more and is helping us. It does not happen anywhere in any other part of that zoo called Nigeria. I want to call his name. His name is Aparawa Mendie. I think I get it right. He's an Akwa Ibom man, but due to his competency, we know how to handle that job. We give it to him. Finally, I want to say our greatest achievement in uniting Biafrans through IPOB is the establishment of Radio Biafra. As we all know that media is one of the highest propaganda the Nigerian people has used against us. But the Radio Biafra is here to unite all of us together. With that name, IPOB, Indigenous People of Biafra, no sentiment, no segregation. We come together. We put all our effort to make Radio Biafra to be speaking in all nooks and crannies of Biafra land. People outsiders might not know what it costs to establish a radio station in a village or in a local place. But we take it and we suffered and make it possible that today we are more united in IPOB, we are more united in Biafra land more than any other group you may call. So this is my own definition of it. Thank you very much, Mazi.
Thank you very much. Before I will come back to those of you panelists, I will have to respond to one caller on WhatsApp. Caller on WhatsApp, go ahead with your contribution. 1 minute. Caller on
Thank
WhatsApp.
you, Mazi. Mazi, yes, can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Good evening, sir. Yeah. Thank you.
Mazi,
Mazi, I just want to ask the panel a question. Yeah, forgive me, the question is wrong.
Hello,
just treat it.
Yes, I just
because
sorry,
most of us who doesn't witness the war.
Hold on, WhatsApp. Hold on. Mazi Nelson, can you hear me now?
Yes. Okay.
Am I coming out? Did he leave? All right, yes, a caller on the line. Go ahead. Caller on WhatsApp. Go ahead.
On WhatsApp, sir, is it me?
Yes, caller on WhatsApp. Please. Sorry.
My question goes. All right. My question to the panel is that before we really want to understand certain things. We doesn't witness the war. We don't know anything about Biafra. There's something happened with you. The story now that we are hearing about Ojukwu. There's something happened before you went to war, and it's only face of Ojukwu we know. Then all those while is Ojukwu that everybody else know. That Ojukwu that come and fight for the Biafrans. There is something happened then that the Ojukwu doesn't just go to war because he love war. Something went wrong. The caliphate did not change. They started killing and so many things, depriving the Biafrans some of their rights and many things happened. Now Ojukwu went to war, he could not succeed. But how many years after the war, Ojukwu was alive, almost about 4 or 5 years ago, he died, if I'm correct. But all of a sudden, Biafra dropped the ball. The agitators stopped, even though the war ended. But whatever that the Afunani did before the war started did not stop. To date, there is no Biafra have ruined the zoo called Nigeria. But since then, nobody have ever won the border agitate until this holy man came out called Martin and so my question now is that why did they drop the ball? Why did they have never dropped any ball? Nothing changed. Since before Ojukwu died, there's no single report, there's no people. So many, nothing changed before the war and after the war. Why did the Biafra drop the ball? And if the ball were reason, what was the reason? Our brothers no. Now the question I'm asking now is what mistake did they make that will make them drop the ball so that we following them they cannot repeat the same mistake again now. Because you cannot tell us now that the problem is in 2020 this problem exists. But if not they can clearly It's already sold. You're just collecting the change that remain now. So why they drop the ball? And if there is a reason, so that we that are following now, they can now should do the same, because as soon as Ojukwu died, Biafra died, Nnamdi came up. So that we cannot repeat the same mistake again. We follow this man bumper to bumper and achieve it. Because those who follows Ojukwu did not go after Ojukwu. Ojukwu died and everything else died. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. And my brothers on the studio, I hope you can hear me very well, panelists.
Yes, we can hear you live.
Okay. Let me respond to the question our brother asked, so that I can now come back to you people before I take another call. The last caller asked a question and said, Mazi Dim Chukwemeke or Demegu Ojukwu, the people's general, he fought because he saw certain things that were abnormal, unacceptable to our people. That was what led to the war. And even after he died after the war till today, everything he fought to make sure our people have access to was not given to us. And he actually want to know, what are we going to do not to make the same mistake Ojukwu made? And I will respond to that very question in this manner. He said the right thing. Ojukwu fought because they were killing our people, and they are still killing our people. Ojukwu fought because there are deliberate and calculative attempts to emasculate us, subjugate us, disenfranchise us, and I would say even to bastardize our blood lineage. And everything is still happening today. It is happening because I will not say we are gullible people. We are not. We are just sincere people. We have faith in people. We believe in people, and this aspect of our life have been taken for granted by the Nigerian state. If you allow Biafrans to express themselves wholeheartedly the way they will want it to, and some will believe that we should go and pray so Jesus Christ will come and change Yoruba mind and our mind. We are just that kind of people. We know how to forgive easily. But when Fulani man have issue with you, in fact, the minority in the north understand that the motto or logo of the Fulani man is they never forgive. We forgive all of them. Yoruba, Wosa, Fulani, we forgive all of them. We believed, we had faith that they will change. And now they didn't change. And the reason you will understand that we will not make that mistake Ojukwu made is because we have gathered all their mistakes and we will not tolerate it. That is why anybody coming here to tell me, okay, let us be born again, let us romance Yoruba, let's romance Hausa, let's vindicate Fulani. You are idiot, and thunder will fire you. This is why I react. So you don't come with that music to me again. These people deliberately hate us with cruel hatred. The best thing we can do is to protect ourselves from this their hatred. And the only way to do that is to continue seeking Biafra. Because if we stop like Ojukwu stop, believing miracle will happen tomorrow, these people will make our life worse than it has ever been. And this is one truth all of us will know. Whether you're IPOB, you are not IPOB. If we stop this agitation, Yoruba, Fulani and British government, we make sure it took almost 50-something years before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came, if I'm not mistaken. Almost 50 years, 48 years or thereabouts. But I can assure you that if we shield our sword, if we stop this agitation, they will make sure that even in 300 years, with that time when you call Biafra, everybody will run. It look like nuclear weapon, for considering the fact that we were even forbidden from mentioning that name. And so I will say with these two reasons, we are not going to shield our sword. It is Biafra or Biafra. And that is my contribution to that very question, my brother, if you are listening to me. Of course, the people in the panel, I will want two people to respond before I pick another call or go to another question. The line is open for you, comrade, on the panelist.
As a judge, anyway, this is Mazi Armstrong Major. I just want to quickly give this before my exit. In response to that question, what are the efforts IPOB is making to unite the Biafran people? I would just briefly use myself personally as an example. Even before my research about identity, our true identity, right, I heard about Biafra, but I did not even understand what Biafra was. I did not know what it meant. My friends would identify as a Biafran, but I would still identify as a Nigerian because I had no idea. I never moved in Biafra, but I just didn't understand until I decided to do research and I started listening to Radio Biafra to help me out. But what IPOB has actually helped me to understand is that to the 4 market days, for example, the way they've divided us, right? The 4 market days they have in Igbo land is exactly the same they have in my hometown, and yet they don't call us Igbo.
In fact, some village from the area you come from is named after the market day. Some villages from where you come from is named after the 4 market days. Go ahead, please.
Exactly right. And you ask ourselves, where do we belong to? We don't know who we are. You know, they'll talk like in Edo State, it's very complicated in Edo State. Because for instance, my people, they'll call us Esa or Isha. But what does Isha mean? It means people who run, people who escape, people who jump. How can that be the name of a tribe? Meanwhile, see, the name of it is an Igbo name. The food you eat is an Igbo name. It's an Igbo food. The dressing is an Igbo dressing. The festival, Igbo festival. The 4 market, the Eke, Ori, Unko, Afo, everything is all Biafra. And yet, we have been for centuries. Even our language has been influenced. Our local language has been influenced, that we've actually lost that tone. We've lost that identity. When our leader, Mazen, he said, and everyone in that south or southeast or wherever you come from, south or southeast or Niger Delta, everyone originated from Anambra, and you have said this, Mazi Onyibe, a long time ago. That's from Anambra. Everybody migrate because our people, we don't know how to stay in one place. We are very good at migrating. So all these things have got better understanding from IPOB that look, we are far connected. We are way connected more than we know. We don't know. We've chosen to understand that, oh, this is Igbo, this is Akwa Ibom, this is Agbo, this is whatever. But we don't know that the things that actually make us who we are is our culture, our daily life. So IPOB is doing a lot. And I also advise individuals to actually do your own research and study. See what connects you to an Igbo man or a Biafra man or Niger Delta or whatever. And you realize that you're all one, but not those divisions that we have. That's all I want to just say. But the IPOB is doing a lot to unite our people, and IPOB doesn't say everything online. Everything cannot be said on the air.
Of course.
There's a lot that.
Thank you very much.
All right, just thank you very much.
I want to believe somebody want to respond there. One more opportunity.
That's a wonderful way to put it, my brother. This is Namikuku here, Mbonyo Kwani from Abi. And Mazi Onyibe, it's like for me, I'm a solution kind of guy, and I like solutions. I like simple, so everything is simple. This world is simple. That's why 1 + 1 is 2. And I believe the 3 questions, because it's 3 questions in a row. The first one talks about a strategy. The second one talks about unity, and the third one our brother was asking was something about the history or history of from Ojukwu, and we still haven't gotten what he fought for. It's all one question that can be answered in one, and I want to start from the strategy that was used back then. Back then they didn't have what we have right now, which is cyber technology. They fought with guns, with weapons, and I believe they fought with the spirit, and that spirit never dies, and that spirit is what is in us. That's why some people, me in 2015, all it took for me to do was pick up somebody's ear plug and heard the voice, and from there, boom,
I've been hooked. So it's a spirit, probably one of those spirits that died, that paved the way for us to be here, to be able to talk about what we're talking about. So I pray that they can use me to even tell us what they want to say right now, because the only weapon, you can carry guns, you can carry knives, but if you're not disciplined enough, if you're not organized, those things are infallible. They're nothing. Because whoever you call your enemy, which is another stupid black man like you, who is fighting you, it's all stupidity. You understand what I'm saying? So the greatest weapon, that's why he said 100 men. Just imagine if we had 100 Nnamdi Kanu in one place at one time, chanting one thing. You will have earthquakes everywhere in the world. You will not have to lift one knife or shoot one bullet. You will scatter everything mentally, because that is what is happening in the world right now. There's a new that is making everybody feel a certain way, entering everybody's spinal cord, your central nervous system, and controlling you. And the power is, in our hands. So that's the solution. In every community, IPOB. What is IPOB? Unity with a strategy. A country, in a cell. It keeps growing. And it's growing fast, my brother, I'm telling you. Imagine if everybody kicks in and we have our 100 Nnamdi Kanu chanting, telling the spirits what to do, controlling, creating. I think that's what it is. Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you very much. That being said, I will respond to the people on Facebook. People on Facebook, of course, you are very free to make your own contribution while you follow this conversation. Somebody said Ojukwu did not fail. When we talk about failing in this instance, Ojukwu failed to restore Biafra. He failed to restore Biafra because we will not be agitating for Biafra again. It is not failure in the sense as a loser. But I can tell you that every action of Ojukwu will last beyond the pyramids of Egypt. I actually recognize him as the people's general. But Gowon Buhari, who died and was buried like a dog in Saudi Arabia, among all that of his mates, they will be forgotten. Only when it is time to curse, they will remember them. If we say they didn't make mistake, you will discover that Ojukwu made mistake by not taking all his soldiers to Abenokpabe. If they have gone to Abenokpabe, nobody would have betrayed him. So today, every principal officer must go to Abenokpabe. I know some will start running, oh, the Lord forbid, Jesus forbid. You will go there. In fact, before you get your visa, you go to Abenokpabe. Because if you take oath and every other thing, Ojukwu made the mistake. And of course, I can go on and on and on. I'm not saying we don't say them about mistake because they are failure. We're saying them they are mistakes because if they have held the bull by the horn. Do you know Hausa Yoruba do juju to enslave us in Nigeria? Do you know Hausa, Juju, Fulani, all of them are going around our land burying juju? Do you know they run incantation against us through their mosques on daily basis? Do you know if the Lord is not merciful unto us, we will have been gone as a people? And then another brother said Ojukwu didn't fight war. He defended Biafra land. Of course, you are correct in one sense. But in another sense, I think we are still correct. Ojukwu did not fight war as in going to fight Nigeria. Nigeria brought war to Biafra land. And then Ojukwu fought to defend Biafra land. You see, whether he fought on the offensive or the defensive, they both fought war. I want to believe that is the general mindset of everything that have been said already. Without wasting much of our time, I will go to the third question, which will be going to Mazi Foreign. I hope you are with us here. And the question say, why is it that Biafrans are the only people agitating for the disintegration of the zoo called Nigeria? Why is it that Biafrans are the only people saying, oh, break Nigeria, divide Nigeria, and cut Nigeria? Mazi okay foreign, are you there? Is Mazi okay foreign still there? Because I can't hear him. Is Mazi okay foreign still there?
Yeah, Maz, are you hearing me? I'm hearing you, sir.
Can
you hear me?
I can hear you now. I hope you heard the question I asked.
Yeah, Maz, I heard you loud and clear.
Okay, go ahead. Biafrans
Loud
are
and clear,
listening.
Maz.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
Maz, my input on that. Maz, we are agitating because Biafrans are agitating for the disintegration of Nigeria because we Biafrans are the ones at the receiving end of all the evil things that is emanating from the existence of Nigeria. We are agitating because we are sincere about what we want. Nigeria is not working because its foundation was laid a very faulty pillars. And when you look at it from a logical perspective, then you will understand that any house that is erected on a bad foundation cannot stand the test of time. We can't be pretending that all is well with us when it's all not well at all from little perspective. We can be suffering and smiling like other hypocritical Nigerians who would rather shout one Nigeria even at the expense of their lives. We Biafrans, our case is quite different because we owe it as obligation to our generation to free them from the bondage of Nigeria. However, we need the grace of Chukwu Abiyama to be able to overcome the challenges that come our desires. Mazel, are you there?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Hello, Mazel, are you hearing me?
Yes, we're hearing you loud.
Stop, because I thought you cut off.
No.
So, however, we need the grace of Chukwu Abiyama to be able to overcome the challenges that come our desires live in Nigeria, which is the reasons for our sufferings. We must fight hard with whatever it takes to live in Nigeria, so our unborn generation won't have to go through what we and this generation, our forefathers went through, and are still passing through. Our land are being destroyed, almost taken over by those Fulani invaders who just sit and watch that happen because we refuse to do the needful. Then posterity will not forgive us. Also, our generation unborn will never forgive us. Nigeria is not working. Nigeria is not designed for the Biafran to thrive, but it was designed for the benefits of some few group of individuals at the detriment expenses of we, the Biafrans. How our land is so blessed with a lot of goodies, and yet some few group of people with a further mindset come from nowhere to tell us that we don't deserve to benefit from what Chukwu Abiyama blessed us with. I think it is very unfair to us, and we, the Biafrans, cannot continue to allow that happen. The oppression from our oppressors must be stopped forthwith. We will do it with everything within our reach to make sure we fight them and fight them to the last. Even if they need the last man standing, we have taken enough. The molestation, the intimidation, the killing, taking of our boundary, taking of our seashore, everything. No company in there's no mega company in Biafra land. Everything, they have closed down everything. Where are we talking military everywhere? So much we cannot, if we don't do it now, it will be a problem. That's why we have to put our effort, everything we have, anything, the last man, we will do it and make sure we restore this generation and our unborn generation to come. That is my take, Mazi. I'm very annoyed. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Before I go to the panelists again, let me take a caller on the line. Yes, Owa, can you hear me?
Yes, Mazi. Thank you. Good evening, Mazi. Good evening, my fellow Biafra. Good evening, my fellow Biafra lovers of freedom. There is a thing I want to contribute, Mazi, on what Mr. Omeje said. You know, we that came from coastal region, most especially we that came from Edo State, we know that the late Oba Abini Erediawa betrayed Ojuku at that time. We are digging it. We are digging the history. We didn't know before. That is why they kill Professor Ali. Is that Erediawa that kill him? Because you don't want us to know the history. The truth of the matter is that the Yoruba from Ile-Ife have conquered some part of the coastal region of Biafra. That is what is on ground. Ojukwu did not lose the war. Ojukwu, they betrayed Ojukwu because at that time, they said, according to our grandmother, during the time of the war, if you hide an Igbo man or Igbo woman in your house, they will kill you. They will cut your hand or your leg. You cannot walk again. You cannot use your hand, or they will throw you inside the well. You will drink and you will die. You understand? There was a lot of things that happened at that time. They now lie to us that Igbo cannot people. Let me play one music for you guys. They will say Benin na Igbo ni Konaga, Esa ni Sata, why are they teaching us that kind of song? You understand? So there is a lot of things we need to know. Ojukwu did not pay. They betrayed Ojukwu, and the people that betrayed Ojukwu and we that come from coastal region, we are doing it. The only thing that our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will win this war with is when all of us we come together. That is the only thing. Unity that we want. If South and Southeast can come together and let us leave all this division, it will help us a lot. If we get Biafra, we will not fish ourselves out. All those people from Ile-Ife, if they want to stay with us, they say with it. If they don't want to stay with us, they go back to Ile-Ife. Very simple and simple mathematics. It's the truth. That is what I want to contribute. Thank you, man.
Your contribution is well spotted on, and I will take the next caller on the line before that response. Can you hear me, caller on the line? Caller on the line.
Yeah. Hello. Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Ifeanyi Chukwuemeka. I'm calling from Austria. I'm from Umuawulu, Anambra. The issue that we're discussing, I have two things to drop in. First of all, on the issue of security, the question was how do we reduce the number of victims in our place? It is just very simple. There is no answer to that question. The simple thing is, if the whole people in the entire space of Biafra will openly and publicly acknowledge and stand by and identify themselves with IPOB, we don't even need any security outfit. The Fulanis will pack their things and leave. We will not even fight them. Everybody knows what we Biafrans are capable of. That whenever the Biafrans unite about a particular issue, unless God comes down from heaven, that's not gonna go end up in a negative way. Rather, it will be a very positive issue. So the point is, the first thing is, before you talk about security or whatever, let us tell the people, everybody identify themselves first of all with IPOB. Because if you have security where people are not one, the same thing that happened to Ojukwu, is it going to happen to us? Our people will always say, no, no. There is no way you cannot put your house in order and be running around like a headless chicken and trying to put up some security outfit for what? When you and your neighbor are not even on the same page, so who are you going to guide? The other one will come and say he's APC, the other one will say he was a Thunder political party. No, when we all, imagine the amount of people of Biafra, and every single one of them wake up one morning and say, yes, we all believe in this. How many people are these Fulani Ganja with police is going to arrest? How many people are they going to shoot? The only reason they are still succeeding is why? Because there are still some riffraffs amongst us that still jump up and down thinking that maybe they can get something better out of life than they already have. Because in the case of security, on the security purposes now, me and you, we are neighbors, and something is happening in your house. Of course, I will start screaming. Alarm will be there, and because we are one and we treat each other that we have one goal. Whenever guy attacking my house or your house, every other person in the vicinity will do what? Pick up, because I could remember growing up in Onitsha. When the boys are talking, you can say, boys, so if you like, you go and bring the whole army in the barrack. That thing they say will happen must surely come to pass. The first point that we have to make is what? Unity. Show them that we are united. This is number one. On the issue of our brother that said what happened to what happened to him, actually you gave him the best answer you could always you can that anybody can give him. The best thing is what? The failure is not on his part as a person that he's a loser. Rather, the failure was on the things like some of the methods, like you said now. The people, he took them as his brother on their word, upon their word, because he himself is an honorable man. So he looked up on every other person to be honorable as he himself. Now, that mistake he made, it could have happened to anybody. But when you've seen the too many people and too many evil, you will realize that human beings are capable of nothing. There's nothing that can surprise me at the end of the day. I can only be disappointed. So, like IPOP, everybody has to go, like a principal officer that I am. I know that when I get there and I identify myself, whatever I'm told to do, I know I will do it without even asking twice. Because, you know, if you have a clean heart, you won't be afraid of anything, because you know within yourself you harbor no evil. Your thoughts are only of good. So why should you be afraid of anything? So on these two issues, yeah, our brother to ask what can we do so that we will not make the same mistake.
Quite unfortunate we lost that caller, but then I will go back to the studio. I will go to my fourth question that will go to Mazi Elder Peter, and the questions go. Elder Peter, are you there? I hope you are there. Is Elder Peter with us in the studio there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, the question goes to you. He said, what is the reason why most of your governors, senators, and politicians are not speaking up about the issue of Biafra, even when most of them are victims of one Nigeria? What do you think is the reason?
Well, my name is Elder Peter Onyemachi from Umuahia. Umuahia is in Abia State. Abia State is in Biafra land. Well, my own point of view as regards this question is that these politicians and these governors are nothing but very selfish. The reason is because they're selfish, and it's just because of what they are getting from the government, because the government is favoring them in one way or the other. They are part of, part of these criminals collecting money from these people, and they don't give a damn about what happens to their people. Even when their own people are dying in their communities, they don't care. All they care about is what they get and what they put in their pockets and what they will fill their stomach with. That's all they care about. and they feel that should they come up to speak about Biafra or about Nigerian disintegration, they are going to lose what they are getting, the bribe that they are getting from the government. They are going to lose it. It will no longer come again. And as such, because of this selfishness of theirs, they continue to take this money and keep mute about their people dying and being maimed here and there. That is why these politicians are not saying anything, and they are not willing to say anything, even when they know the truth, even when they see the effects of what is happening in their land and against their own very people. They don't care just because they are selfish, just because they are greedy. And that's why they sit down or they sit back doing nothing about what is happening to their own people.
Thank you.
That's my take on that.
Thank you very much. And my brothers, comrades on the studio, you still have to wait. Let me attend to this man, then I'll come back to the studio right away. Yes, Mazi on WhatsApp.
Okay, sir.
Mazi on WhatsApp, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Mazi Onyibe. Good evening.
Good evening. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, thank you very much. My name is Chukwemeka Mabozo. I'm calling from Italy. I want to thank you for the program and the efforts all the time. And what the heart of this project that you are mostly occupy all the time to see that the project is moving on. I want to make some contribution, and then maybe somehow I can even ask a question after the contribution. Regarding to one of the questions that not to bring you back that you asked about, and somebody asked how do we do and how long does it take to achieve Biafra? I want to say something on that part because I've been a long time been calling, but I couldn't be connected. In that circumstances, the person that asked that question, if he's listening right now, he will know that even we as a people, we want to get Biafra. Believe me, in less than 6 months, Biafra will come. But the things there is that our people spiritually, they welcome the ideology of Biafra and everything about Biafra. Even those in politics, even the politicians, they welcome it totally. But the problem that some of them are not proactive. We as a coordinator here, we run around here to talk to our people. We hear their response and what they are talking about, but they are not proactive. So for Biafra to come, it needs every person, 90% of our people to be proactive, either financially or joining the struggle for anyhow, maybe be in the mix to in action or whatever. And if everybody will come down in this call, believe me, only 1 week to cripple the Zoom. We just stay inside house. Right now in Italy here, they shut down everywhere because of coronavirus, and everybody, even the government knows they are going to loan money now, almost 240 billion to service some certain things that is going wrong right now. This is the only way we can even achieve Biafra within 2 weeks. Even I will tell you, if everybody at the head, 90% of our people are at the head to this call, that day we said, see, we want to strike. Sit at home, don't do anything for 2 weeks. Even those that are working in the local government chairman can go to work, but he cannot drive the car, he cannot do the council office work, yeah? He cannot do anything. So he can do this side. Being as a chairman of local government or governor, you can't be governor, you can't drive yourself. If everybody will come out, 90%, even those working with the governors around the governors can go to work. In all of Biafra, we don't want to do anything concerning Nigeria again. We sit at home. Believe me, Biafra will come as short as anything. Thank you very much for me not to waste your time. And in this case, I want to thank my brother there, okay, for see work around it. Thank you very much and good night.
Thank you. Yes, sir, we must continue. When I go back to the comrade on the studio there, I want to believe 1 or 2 persons will respond, then I can go to the last question. Comrades on the...
Yeah, Mark. Yeah, Mark, good evening. Based on the topic you're asking why they are not speaking up. Mike, brother, are you there?
Go ahead.
Can I go on?
Go ahead.
Yes, Mark, see, they are not speaking up simply because they have already sold their souls to the Fulani oligarchy. Their personal gain and selfish favoritism is more important to them than the common welfare of Biafra as a people. Those who dangle at the bottom of a food chains can't probably speak against those who control the food. We have nobody, I repeat, we have nobody. It's only Namdi Okuka and Kamal that have the command of the Biafrans. And I see Ibe Wednesday before, now Ibe Wednesday. Since Namdi Kala come on board, he has opened our eyes. And he is the only person that will have our command 24 hours. Anytime, any day. Outside him, I don't have respect for any other person. Outside Mazin Nandikala and our beloved veterans who gave us this life we are living today. Every other person, no, we can't trust them. We can never trust them because we have a lot of saboteurs. All those people that all those streets they place in Biafra land, all of them in a section of weekend for time being now, except you change tomorrow. And their body every other person, they don't have our interest at hand. Look at what is happening in my own state, in Imo State.
Thank you.
Today we are hearing rumors that he has employed or he tried to commission another 2 Fulanis again in Imo State, where he has already commissioned the emir in Imo State. So where are we heading to? No, they don't. It's nobody to us. Thank you.
Yes, any other response from the panelist?
Yes, Mazi, coming to that question, the reason the politicians are not doing anything, Mazi, they are like slaves to the one Nigerian people, because a slave is always loyal to the master. He always do the bidding of the masters. Most of our politicians are like slaves to the Fulani people. Secondly, they were not elected by the people, just like what happened in Imo State. The people that give them the mandate is the people that tell them what to do. It was said that he who pays the piper dictates the tune. So they were put there by their masters. So they do the bidding of their masters. But I want to tell them that their relationship with the Fulani are like the relation and the birds. The poultry farmer feed the chicken because he loves the chicken. He wants them to lay egg. Lay the egg, and he said any day the chicken stop laying the egg, he sell them off and make his money. That is the relationship. Today we are hearing about what happened in Rivers State, where a former PDP aspirant, what will come to them if they don't want to sit up, one day the thing will actually come back to them. It's better they sit up and do the needful, but all of them will go down one after the other. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And then we go to the last question for this evening. And it goes to Mazi Nelson. Mazi Nelson, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here live from direct.
Thank you very much. Now the question goes this way. What are your plans to heal the wounds that have been afflicted on the Biafrans on the political front as well as the religious line? What are the plans of Biafra to heal the wounds that have been afflicted on the Biafrans on the political line as well as religious line? Go ahead, please.
Thank you very much. Again, my name is Nelson Tukura. I'd like to respond to that question in a very, very large scale, as we all know and realize this wound has been inflicted in our people for a very, very long time. And if you ask me, the political and the religious level of it is very, very massive, to the extent that our people has no direction right now. So if you ask me what can we do or what we should do, is a total rehabilitation of our people. This rehabilitation is not going to be easy because our mindset, or I will say our mental stage, is being in a very, very bad state for a very long time. Physical torture, domestic torture, slavery, economic, poverty, all these come down to us we're going to try and rehabilitate our people back into a right frame of mind before they can be totally free from the level they've left us for. If you ask me, it's going to take a very, very long time to heal unless we have a very strong resisting mindset to undergo this level of torture that we've been through in our life. When it comes to the political level, it's quite clear that from day one that we have any kind of political government in our country called Biafra land.
Somebody there should, all of you there who are not talking, please mute your mic. If you are not talking on background on the studio there, please mute your mic. Those of you who are not talking should mute their mic. Please go ahead, Mazi Nelson.
Yeah, the political so-called cabal helping supposed to be helping us in our nations, Biafra nations. They've all sold their souls to the slave masters. They've all sold their souls to the Fulani cabals, in the sense that every single government every single governor they put there, they've all compromised one way or the other. They've compromised in every way that even themselves cannot have a voice to support themselves, let alone support the people that they're supposed to be looking after. We have to totally rehabilitate our people in every way. It's going to be a difficult one, because when you come back to even the religious level of it, Christians, we Biafrans, we are religious people, but because the British government and the people they put in place to enslave us know that we God-loving people, they've managed to dig deep into our brain to realize that if they continue to use God and Christianity to pull us down and bring us down, they will succeed in holding us down. That is what is been done for years and years. So that Christianity part of it, I will definitely agree with Judge Onyibe taking us back to our root in the sense that yes, we do love God. Yes, we are Christians in nature. Yes, we are kind people in nature, but same time we have to rethink or look at what the so-called pastors has been preaching to us for years and years. As we all can realize now, the pastors preaching gospel to us, they are greedy pastors that now preaching only prosperity. They're only preaching about engaging in every single thing that will make them become wealthy people in future, but they're not preaching the true word of God. So I would definitely say, with the mindset of rehabilitating our people, we need to do a lot of work. Thereby, we need to set up medical centers that will be rehabilitating our people in every kind of way, with all the suffering that our people has gone through with the so-called One Nigeria. So in total, rehabilitation is the way forward in bringing our people back to in line with whatever we need to do from when we get Biafra. That is my little contribution to put on this panel today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and I want to appreciate all those who were able to call in. Of course, the line is still open, but having said that, I will go back to still my panelists, all of you on the studio there, because of my time, starting from the person who had the number one question, which is Mazi Armstrong Omenje, down to the second question, Chibuke Israel, and okay, foreign. Just according to your number, I want you to briefly give us closing remark as we are coming to the end of this program. Please, from Mazi Armstrong, please, closing remark. Are you still there?
I believe Mazi number one, he has left.
Okay, then we go to number 2.
Okay, fellow Biafrans, my name is once more Obimane Chibike from the state of Israel. My final note, Mazi, I want to touch on something before I say goodbye. What do we think is recommended strategy to reduce the killing of Biafrans? Mazi, one more thing we have to know is that we have to stop some certain things that attract these Fulani people to our land. Most of the things are like our consistent eating of this cow meat. We have said it time without number that our people have to do away with this cow meat. This is one of the things that is encouraging these people to be coming into our land. Another thing is using all this cow for burial. Some people will be burying their loved one. They will buy 10 cows. This is encouraging these people to be coming into our land. Another thing is employing them as gate man, as manual laborers. It's encouraging them to be coming more and more. They will be trooping more. But when you stop all these things will reduce. If we can stop going to church because of coronavirus, if we can stop going out or visiting our loved ones because of coronavirus, why can't us do away with all these Fulani things because of our lives? Coronavirus has never killed anybody in Biafra land, but we are running helter-skelter because of coronavirus. But these people have killed a lot of us, and yet we are still encouraging them to be coming more and more. If pastors like Pastor Adeboye can come and pray for people against coronavirus, but he never one day come out to condemn the Fulani herdsmen, that means something is fishy over there. So this is what I want to touch. I want to thank all Biafrans who listening to us this evening. We'll be coming again live on Friday next week. Thank you very much, all.
The next person, please.
Yeah, Mazi, this is Wajai Miskat, okay, foreign. Maz, before I say goodbye, I want to say something on that number 5, the last question from our brother. Why our politicians? Are you hearing me? The religious, okay. Yeah, Maz, religion and politics have done us more harm than good. However, the only way to heal the wounded souls of Biafra as a race is to restore Biafra as a sovereign entity, because nothing in life can stop a wounded people whose right of dignity has been stripped away from seeking redress, if not the institution of justice, fairness, and equity. Finally, again, before, like my brother Chibike said, Mazi, all those things that are attracting these Fulani herdsmen in our land, like we have been shouting every time. Last year, it was a topic of the day every day. Boycott Nama, boycott carrot, boycott whatever is coming from these Fulanis. And we encourage our people to set up more gardens in your area. If you see the rate of death, sicknesses that is that is befalling our people in Biafra land, it was not so before. But the typical example is the burial of our Onyendu's parents. Did you see any Namadia? We have our own Efibo. People were bringing Efibo or where. So Onyendu is living by example. Let us emulate him. During the burial, there was no Namadia. And likewise, we compare for our people. If your person dies, never go for this number that is attracting them, because you buy them the number 200, 300, they use it and go and buy one AK-47 to kill you, to dismiss you. So let us live by example. Let us try. If we don't eat nama, we cannot die. If you don't eat meat, besides meat is not good for us. Especially those meat that nama that are defiled, they slept with them. You see how, look at the carrot devil they give all of you. Look at where they wash it. Social media, the people are seeing it. Look at how they use all this nonsense and prepare what you eat. Tomorrow people are dying. Before a 30-year-old man dies in Biafra land again, it was an abomination. But now certain things happen in our land. Let us be informed, please. On that note, I have to leave it here and wishing that we will meet again next week Friday. Before then, continue doing the needful, continue being resolute. Biafra is here. Only in the Ganho Biafra. Chukwu Okama keep all of us, and we all shall see Biafra. Thank you for what's up, and Mazi. Thank you from me, and good night to your fans.
Thank you. Yes, next person there, please.
My name is Elder Onyemachi. Peter, before I drop here, I would like to add my voice a little to one question that says, what are we doing? What are we Biafrans doing to unite our people together, since they said that Biafrans are broken, that they are not together? I'd like to say one or two things there before I say my final remark. Actually, what we are doing to unite our people is what IPOB is doing, and that is what IPOB stands for. Before now, there was no mass movement in the world that was known before the coming of IPOB. But IPOB came in order to bring us together, in order to prove our people wrong, or so many people that feel that Biafrans are not one and they are not together. IPOB came to prove them wrong. As you can see, IPOB is the largest mass movement ever known in the world. Ever known in the world. There have never been any mass movement in the world as IPOB. And of course, it is an organization that came and then brought Biafrans together, irrespective of your language, irrespective of your dialect. But they came together. They came together and become the highest large movement in the world. And there is no other like IPOB. Nobody has done this thing before. Nobody is like us. And of course, that's why our leader will say, after we must have gone, there will be no other like us. So that IPOB is a clear example and a clear manifestation of oneness and togetherness of the Biafrans. So that is what I have to say there. Thank you very much. It's been wonderful discussing here today and sharing these ideas to get together. We hope that more of this will continue.
Thank you. Go ahead and finally.
And to discuss like this and to share ideas in the name of Chukwuka Abiyama.
Thank you. Thank you. We go to the last person there, Mazen Evsen.
Yes, I want to use this opportunity to tell all Biafrans that we must all wake up. We must all wake up now, because if we don't, this rain is going to consume and this thunder is going to take all of us down. But my biggest appeal to all the Biafrans across Biafra land is for us to unite now and make sure that we all get the Biafra that we all longing for, because we are the receiving end of this Fulani henchmen coming to our shores, coming to our land, coming to every part of our communities, and they have one goal. The goal is to kill us all and take over our land. And we cannot let this happen. And to stop that, we all have to join IPOP and make sure that we stop them from doing what they intend to do. So I also want to use this little opportunity to call my people in the coastal region, my job brothers, or pay there, or so they are owing Igbo brothers, bo, more willing there. Mesomon and Bona Mandlam, Mesoma, Onu Dodaya, Onu Biafra Nanomokon, Onu Plumokon, we will have our own oil, we will have our own cities, we will have our own unity in our own little ways. Let us join this struggle together and become one Biafra. Thank you very much. And hopefully next week we're going to come back and continue from where we stopped. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you. I truly appreciate, and I want to believe everyone has been able to make their contribution on the studio there. Having said so, I want to appreciate Biafrans anywhere you are across the globe. Thank you for joining us. I understand there may be one or two technical challenges, but we will always overcome. Tomorrow morning we have a general overview or review of these very questions that have been asked by some of our brothers who need clarification. And having said so, I want to ask Biafrans to remain focused, Biafrans to remain genuine to this very cause, giving our leader every necessary support and our IPOB coordinators around the world the necessary support they need to be able to do their job. It is Biafra we are looking for, and Biafra we shall get. God be with all of us. Good night from here, and Chuko Kikabiama be with us. Ise.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ezinne.
Greetings, reference all over the world. My name is Ezinne, and I want to dedicate this song to my able director, Mazin Namdekano, for his love, his kindness, his faithfulness to Biafrans. I say may Chukwu Kabiama continue to bless, protect him, and guide him from the eyes of our foes. I also want to appreciate my family, the great family writers. They have been wonderful through their articles. May Chukwu Kabiama continue to give them more intellect to write more. Thank you all. When he spoke, the world trembles. What he said is truth on thee. Hills and chants to say.